Good evening, you're watching Brass Tacks with me, Poonam Burde. Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister and the heir apparent of the DMK, Udhayanidhi Stalin, has triggered a fresh controversy by calling Sanskrit a dead language. He alleged that the centre was spending 2,400 crore rupees on Sanskrit while giving a stepmotherly treatment to Tamil. DMK born is the foundation of DMK is from the anti-caste Periyar movement. It has historically challenged Sanskrit as a symbol of Brahminical dominance. But Udhayanidhi Stalin's latest comment has put the lens on a certain pattern. One that is prejudicial to others' beliefs, be it about the Sanatan Dharma and the comments that he had made in the past for which he had to apologize, or now the comments that he has made about Sanskrit. Why does an elected leader, one who would lead one of the true Dravidian parties in Tamil Nadu, often indulge in this kind of parochial and prejudicial politics? Before we open that up, here's why Udhayanidhi Stalin and his party are irked today. More than 2,500 crores were allocated for funding Sanskrit between 2014 and 2025. Funding for Sanskrit is channeled through 3 central Sanskrit universities and the Rashtriya Sanskrit Sansthan. Meanwhile, 113 crore rupees was allocated under the Grants for Promotion of Indian Languages scheme between 2014 and 15 and 2024 and 2025 for Tamil. So why this disparity in the kind of funding that's given is a question that the DMK is asking. This is why Udhayanidhi Stalin and the DMK are alleging stepmotherly treatment to the state and to their language.
தமிழுடைய வளர்ச்சிக்காக என்ன செஞ்சிருக்கீங்க கடந்த 10 வருஷத்துல? தமிழ் வளர்ச்சிக்காக கடந்த 10 ஆண்டுகள்ல ஒன்றிய அரசு நிதி ஒதுக்கின நிதி எவ்வளவு தெரியுமா? தமிழ் வளர்ச்சிக்கு வெறும் 150 கோடி ரூபாய். ஆனால் செத்த மொழி சமஸ்கிருதத்துக்கு ஒன்றிய அரசு கடந்த 10 ஆண்டுகள்ல ஒதுக்கின நிதி எவ்வளவு தெரியுமா? 2400 கோடி ரூபாய். தமிழ் வளர்ச்சிக்கு 150 கோடி ரூபாய், சமஸ்கிருத வளர்ச்சிக்கு 2400 கோடி ரூபாய். இதுதான் பிரதமர் மோடி அவர்களுடைய தமிழ் பாச நாடகம்.
What is a dead language as per Udhayanidhi Stalin? It's a language that often is not used for active communication anymore. That's by one definition a dead language. Well, Sanskrit is widely used in both Hindu and Buddhist religious rituals, in hymns and chants across India and beyond. Its continued use in integral cultural practices keeps it a living part of everyday life of millions of Indians. While it may not be a primary language or a primary vernacular for most people, thousands of people in India still report Sanskrit as their mother tongue. That number may have dwindled, but it still is a steady one. There have also been several villages across the country, especially in Karnataka and in Madhya Pradesh, where residents use Sanskrit even today for daily communication. That's a result of the revival efforts that we've seen for such a language. Sanskrit is an official language that's recognized by the Indian Constitution. It is taught as a second language or an optional language in hundreds of universities and schools globally, with around 1 lakh teachers in India alone. Till date, new literature in Sanskrit continues to be produced and published, including the daily newspaper in Mysuru since 1970. How then is it a dead language? Well, funds are needed to develop Sanskrit because it's seen as the foundation of India's linguistic and cultural heritage. Why does that irk the DMK? Sanskrit is considered as a root language for many Indian languages. Its preservation is seen as crucial for maintaining India's diverse cultural and linguistic identity. There's a vast amount of knowledge in fields like philosophy, in science, and literature, all of which dates back hundreds of years and is stored in Sanskrit manuscripts. What this increased funding does is that it helps translate and preserve and make this knowledge accessible to a wider audience. It keeps the language alive, quite contrary to what the DMK scion believes. These funds are also important because they support institutions like the Central Sanskrit University for teaching, for research. It awards degrees and diplomas and certificates, which eventually enables a lot of these people, pass outs of these universities, to go and take this practice out abroad, out in the country, out in the world. Some believe that Sanskrit's structure and precision can also be beneficial for developing and training AI systems. Why then do we see such disdain from the DMK?
The Chief Minister Udhayanidhi Stalin has to understand, nobody gives extra money to any language in our country. The number of Sanskrit universities in our country is more than the number of Tamil universities in our country. So naturally, Sanskrit universities get more money to promote that language. So we have requested the Tamil Nadu government to create a proposal to create more Tamil universities across our country. Who's stopping it?
Sanskrit is not a language used by many. See, Sanskrit, the percentage of people who speak Sanskrit is just 12%, the whole country. not even 12, some thousands. But Tamil is a language which is even learned by many people in the world. When you can spend 2,000 crores for Sanskrit, why not 2,000 crores for Tamil also?
S.G. Surya, BJP State Secretary of Tamil Nadu, is with us. Pula Rao, political analyst, joins us as well. And author and former CIC, Uday Mahurkar, will be with us just shortly. But Pula Rao, let me begin by asking you, why is it that the DMK, that Udhayanidhi Stalin, believes that Sanskrit is a dead language?
Well, he's only stating that the language has not gone forward as the money is spent. You'll agree they've spent thousands of crores, and you're talking in thousands of people. There's so much they could have done. There are ancient Sanskrit manuscripts. They've not collected them. They've not paid any attention. All that, what he has probably hinted is that you spent huge funds, and there are hundreds of translators translating what? And then he compared it to Tamil, that, you can spend more money on it. The Prime Minister said he loved Tamil, and he hasn't done anything about it. After all, this is something, this is a political statement of all concerned. They have to take advantage of their language. And by the way, entire Europe are also linguistic countries. Don't underplay language in the center. Entire Europe. The language from France is different from Spain to Italy to Germany to 30, 40 countries, 40 languages. Therefore, to just come and say in India, you forget Tamil, we'll do this. It's
But
very
who is
unfortunate.
forgetting Tamil?
It is their forgetting Tamil. My friend there from BJP is there. Have they, why should he or those who represent the BJP, I politely ask, why don't you support the Tamil government, and say we want more funds, instead of saying you do this, you do that. That would be very good for their party and very good for the state. Don't forget one more thing. Nobody says Sanskrit is dead or anything. No language is dead. Even the Dead Sea languages are alive still. Though scrolls. What they say is pointing out not enough work has been done on when money has been spent. You say universities are getting the money and what they're paying professors.
But that's
and
not what he
others and
said.
vice chancellors.
But that's
And
not what he
nothing is
said.
done.
He didn't ask why funds were being allocated and they were not being used. Udhayanidhi Stalin said, why are you giving 4 times, 5 times, 10 times the money to a language that's dead?
In a way, I will not go as far as he said. He was only demanding that what the Prime Minister said. I like Tamil very much. I want to learn Tamil. And he has shown concern. He has quoted from Tirukkural. All these things he has gone in. But what is the ground reality? Why not they take, Tamil is the oldest Indian language. It's been recognized as a classical language by UNESCO. Where is the importance for it that you're giving? You're not giving any importance. You see, I respect Sanskrit. I wish I knew it well. I wish I knew more of it because it's an ancient language and it's the mother of many, many languages. But is enough being done for it? Not at all. Not at all. The ancient Sanskrit transcripts and manuscripts were all there in Tamil Nadu, mind you, of all the various places. Manuscripts, where are they? There's nothing for them, except lip service. A lot of lip service is done. We are supporting Sanskrit. Are you against Sanskrit? Are you not supporting Sanskrit? Where have you done it? Where have you done it? You've done it nowhere. A few people are keeping the language alive and they're getting nothing out of it. I have read many complaints that those scholars and priests who are keeping the language alive, they get nothing. Therefore, it is definitely something to think about for the government of India.
Well, I'm glad that unlike Udhayanidhi Stalin and many in the DMK, at least you believe that it's not a dead language and there are attempts that are being made to keep alive. But S.G. Surya, the DMK and its supporters, its allies come out and point out that this is stepmotherly treatment to Tamil Nadu, that you talk about the state, you talk about the Tamil language and its heritage and its culture, but that's all in words, that the BJP's words and actions don't match. How do you respond to that?
There are two debates in this pertinent issue. First of all, Udhayanidhi was launching a book called Dravidam 2.0. The very word Dravidam is a Sanskrit word to begin with. If it is a dead language, why is he launching a book named after Sanskrit language, which is Dravidam, is the first question. Second question, I do not need to bully down some language to praise my own language, which is Tamil. I am very proud of my Tamil language. Even the Prime Minister has quoted many times that Tamil is the oldest language in this world, not Sanskrit. I'm very proud of my language. That does not mean I have to demean Sanskrit. I have to put down Sanskrit and I will have to do things that are nasty to Sanskrit. The DMK was part of the central UPA government from 2004 to 2014. The funds allocated to Tamil is 75 crores and the funds allocated to Sanskrit is 675 crores, which is more than 10 times the fund allocated to Tamil. So the DMK had union ministers throughout 10 years. Why didn't they do anything to change this scenario? Because Sanskrit has 18 national universities in this country, which needs to be funded by the government. Tamil has only one central university, which needs to be funded by the government. So the proportionate ratio will always be unfair because 17 Sanskrit universities were established before 2014, before Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister. Do you want the government to stop funds to all the Sanskrit universities which were launched or started before Modi assumed office? There is no logic at all. We are telling you, you create more Tamil universities across the country. The central government is ready to fund. We have been telling this for the last 4 years to the DMK. They have not taken any steps. Even in the own state of Tamil Nadu, they have not taken any step to bring in one more national university after Tamil, which will be funded by the central government. You have not even given the proposal. So the point is, it will always be unfair because there are national universities created for Sanskrit from 1947, from the days of Jawaharlal Nehru, which needs to be funded. Because there are, if it is a dead language, why are there close to 2 lakh students who are studying Sanskrit course today? Please tell me. The same Tamil Nadu government to which Udhayanidhi Stalin is part of. It has Tamil Nadu government appointed Sanskrit teachers in hundreds of numbers. Sanskrit is given as an optional language for the second language from standard 6 to standard 12, not in CBSE, not in international syllabus, but in Tamil Nadu metric syllabus. If it is a dead language, why Tamil Nadu government is teaching Sanskrit in schools? If it is a dead language, why University of Madras, which is under the control of Tamil Nadu government, is having a separate Sanskrit chair, separate Sanskrit teachers, separate Sanskrit students? We agree that Sanskrit is not a spoken language. Nobody is claiming so. But it is a treasure of our country. We need to preserve it. We have seen so many languages that have become extinct. If Sanskrit is a treasure, we need to preserve it. That is being done by the government from 1947 to today. You cannot just juxtapose things and say we are giving more funds there, less funds here. I think that is totally an unfair argument. Secondly, Udhayanidhi Stalin's own sister, Sentamare, she runs private schools, group of private schools. All the schools teach Sanskrit. If it is a dead language, Mr. Deputy Chief Minister, why your sister-owned schools are teaching Sanskrit to students? Don't teach Sanskrit, at least in your own family schools. So your talks does not match with the actions. If it is a dead language, if it is against your policy,
So
your
as far
ideology,
as talks and words and actions not matching, Pularao, the same allegation is being put on the DMK as well. Uday Mahurkar, I'll just get you in, but Pularao, quick response to what the BJP has said.
One thing, to say I heard what Mr. Surya said, his sister, his mother, Stalin's daughter ran away from Russia. You know, Fidel Castro's sisters ran away from Cuba. Does it take anything away from Fidel Castro, from Stalin? It's not a valid argument. You see, the argument is, I heard Mr. Surya say, I don't deny his statistic, 19 universities, but what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they producing? Let them look at it. You will find they have produced translators who are not doing anything. I'm sorry to say that. Not nice to run a negative campaign, but they're not doing anything. That was the complaint which it should be explored. Where is the money going?
Sure.
You can't just set up universities for fun. So I do agree. We need all languages. I have no thing about it. You know, remember one thing. Languages created countries, created states in India. Countries merged because of languages. Countries went to war because of languages. They are very cautious. And the DMK
More reason why such kind of comments shouldn't be made. But Uday Mahurkar, this entire controversy started, and the foundation of the comment that Udhayanidhi Stalin made was because of the disproportionately given funds to Sanskrit and not to other classical languages like Tamil. That's really the nub of where his comment comes from. I'd like to believe that there's more than just...
I see it as
I'd like to believe that there's more than just, you know, that simple math about, oh, let's have stepmotherly treatment towards one and have favorable feelings towards one language. There obviously is some calculation to it.
We have to look at it from a very, very different view. You see, this is part of a larger game plan to prove correct the Aryan invasion theory. Now, Aryan invasion theory has been proved wrong by leading scholars of the country, including Bhimrao Ambedkar. Ambedkar also was against Aryan invasion theory. So this is part of their larger game plan, which is to divide the society between outsiders and locals. You get my point? So you have to look at it from that point of view. And I mean, you see, he was calling names to Sanatan, the same gentleman, last year, a year before last, correct? So this is part of a larger game plan to encourage parochial politics for their own gains at the cost of unity of the nation. I'll put it that way. You see, what is their plan? What is their game plan? Their game plan is to play one section of the society against the other. Correct? So Brahminism is associated with Sanskrit. Correct? Brahminism is associated with Sanskrit. So they are attacking Sanskrit. So basically, while BJP talks about unifying the nation, rising above parochial feelings, parochial parties, here is a party and a leader which wants to divide the society for political gains. I think this is a larger view of the whole controversy.
But Mr. Mahorkar, the argument is also this, that you're spending all of this kind of money for preserving Sanskrit, for keeping it going, for ensuring that there are more people that speak Sanskrit, there are more people that read these translated works. But that's really not happening. That's the argument that Pularao on the panel was also making, that you're spending all this money, but where is the money going? There is no real proof to show that this money is being put to good use.
That is a different debate. You have to go into it. How funds allocated for Sanskrit are being used, it's a different debate altogether. And now, you see, he's comparing the money spent on Sanskrit with money spent on Tamil. If at all he wants an honest comparison, then he should compare the money that the government has spent on Tamil, Bengali, on ODC language, other regional languages, not Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a classical language.
But Tamil does have a tag of a classical language as well. But
Pularao wants to make a comparison. He should compare the money spent on Sanskrit by center with money spent by center on other vernacular languages, on Gujarati, on Odissi.
But the argument of the DMK and its allies is that all of these are classical languages, but just one classical language seems to be more equal than everyone else. But Pularao, at least as far as Udhayanidhi Stalin is concerned, there is definitely a pattern, and which is what seems to be irking the BJP, its supporters, and a lot of other people in this country.
Sanskrit is the mother of almost all languages.
Sure, I agree. It is a root language for many languages in India.
Sanskrit is the pathway
I agree with you.
It is a pathway for us to go to our roots.
I agree with you.
There is no comparison between Sanskrit and other languages.
I agree with you, but as far as the government of the day is concerned, the government of India is concerned, they have tagged all of these languages as classical Indian languages, which also includes Tamil. But Pularao, I want to ask you about the comments that Udhayanidhi Stalin has made. And the larger pattern seems to be what the problem is, that you're trying to divide and take parochialism to such an extent that it is the only thing that it does is divide. Pularao, I believe you're on mute. If you could just unmute yourself.
That's right. This whole thing did not start with Udhayanidhi Stalin or his father Stalin or even Karunanidhi. The DMK movement started in 1920 in the form of Justice Party. That was the forerunner of the DMK. The Justice Party became the DK. The DK became the DMK. From the DMK, you got the ADMK. It's a 105-year-old movement. These, I will say what they are saying, is background noise in Tamil Nadu from 1920. Do you know that the first government in self-government in Tamil Nadu was a non-Congress party, the Justice Party? I'm sure my friend knows that. It was not a Congress government. It was a non-Congress party, the Justice Party. of Madras Presidency, 1935. These are not new noises that suddenly he's discovered something. This is going on. And people there have heard about it for the last, and their ancestors for the last 105 years. The same thing. Now it has become much more mellow, much more soft, much more nuanced. And slowly, as there's more integration and you give space.
But this is not
all over-
nuanced, Pullarao. What he said about Sanskrit being dead, what he said about eradicating
No,
Sanatan Dharma, it's not
you cannot
nuanced
say
at
it's
all.
half a lie.
It's not something that a politician, somebody who's at the post of a deputy chief minister of a state should be saying.
If you want nuance, there's no other explanation for dead. Otherwise, it's half dead. He could have said that. What he meant was it is inert. Obviously, I can't speak for him, but what he was reading between the lines, he meant it was inert. It is inert. Go check out in your office, check out how many people are talking.
Isn't that
What
more
I am
reason?
saying
Isn't
is,
that more reason that there would be funds required to keep the language going? To
Yeah, but
ensure
not
that
to put
ensure
it
there
in,
is an ecosystem that keeps the
okay.
language going, unlike Tamil, which is spoken
It's not-
very
it's not
often,
going
and
anywhere.
by Udhayanidhi Stalin's own admission that a large number of population speaks Tamil, unlike Sanskrit.
Yeah, the large number speaks Tamil, and government should encourage Tamil, Telugu, other languages. If you want, the Prime Minister said, I'm surprised my two friends have not quoted him. The Prime Minister said, Mr. Macaulay, Thomas Babington Macaulay started this whole movement 200 years ago against India. Let's forget it. Let's go ahead. Then one of the best ways to do it is to reach out, fund, support languages like Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Canarese, Odisha, what my friend said. That's not being done. That's not being done. You check out your facts and figures. The Prime Minister said that today. Let's forget Macaulay, who started this whole thing. Then forget it and do what? You encourage states, you call them, you have a language, you encourage all the languages in every state. There should be no problem.
Absolutely, and
encourage
that pride in
But they're
one
not doing
language
it.
shouldn't come at the
But you
cost of
see-
prejudice against another. That's really
see,
important, SG Surya, isn't
no,
it? I
the
mean,
point
it's
is-
not a competition between languages. It's not a competition between states, and it really shouldn't come down to that.
Words are
I
not
am
enough.
very
There's no
surprised
action.
that why Mr. Pullarao is not able to condemn Udhayanidhi Stalin for this malicious
Why
remarks.
should I-
We are
I have
not
not
claiming,
condemned,
we are not, sir, 1 second, we are not claiming Sanskrit is spoken by so many crores of people. From the days of Jawaharlal Nehru, why Sanskrit is taken care by the central government is there is no state in India which speaks Sanskrit language. If you want Tamil, you have Tamil Nadu. If you want Malayalam, you have Kerala. You want Telugu, you have Andhra Pradesh. They have their own states to take care of their languages. Thousands of crores are being spent every year from the year 1947. Who will take care of Sanskrit? It is the central government which has to take care. We are not shy about it. It is plain truth, naked truth. Sanskrit is a treasure of our country, as told by Jawaharlal Nehru, as told by Indira Gandhi, as told by Manmohan Singh, as told by even Rahul Gandhi. So who will take care of Sanskrit? State governments are not ready to take care of Sanskrit. So it is the duty of central government to take care of Sanskrit, be it BJP, be it Congress. The Congress has established 17 universities in this country. Why? Because everybody thinks Sanskrit is a language that has to be preserved. Do you know what Jawaharlal Nehru has got to say about Sanskrit? I will read it verbatim. If I was asked what is the greatest treasure which India possesses and what is her finest heritage, I would answer unhesitatingly that it is the Sanskrit language and literature and all that it contains. Do you want to quote Rahul Gandhi? What is his opinion about Sanskrit? Rahul Gandhi says to the students of Sadh Vidya Sanjeevani Sanskrit Mahapathshala to promote Sanskrit language. He has also assured possible support from both the central and state government to promote Sanskrit and Sanskrit manuscripts. He also assured the Sanskrit people of a special package and a dedicated institute. What is the answer from Congress party regarding DMK's statement against Sanskrit? I don't understand. All we are telling is you have criticism about how Sanskrit universities are functioning. Let us have it as a different debate. Today, the debate is whether Sanskrit is a dead language, whether we should shut down all the 18 universities where more than 3 lakh students are studying. Does Sanskrit have any value or not? If you think if it has got any value, the central government only can protect it because no state government will do it because none of the people speak Sanskrit in any of the state. That does not mean we'll have to bury our treasure. It should always remain so that the treasure should be passed on to the next
Absolutely, and
generations.
like I said, it's pride in one language shouldn't come at the cost of prejudice against another, or at the cost of another language being derided, because that's really where it takes one step too far. And we do hope that there's some sort of clarification that comes in from the DMK or from the Tamil Nadu government at this. But I have to leave it there. I thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us here on Brass Tacks. From Tamil Nadu to Karnataka, where the Congress